Welcome back, angry fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon. Thank you guys for stopping by. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we are just getting into covering CWL and, yes, addressing the response to yesterday's video. Now, if you want to skip ahead to the comments and the soapbox section that is around 7 minutes into the video, right now we're going to cover what's going on right now, and I will admit to you right away that I am seeing the CWL through rose-colored glasses, and maybe I mean Lost Phoenix colored glasses or Dark Looters colored glasses. A Lost Phoenix, of course, my home clan, Dark Looters, that's who we are covering for an entire week here in Poland. 7 streams over 7 days, covering each and every one of their wars. So that is exciting, but I can totally understand how it's not exciting for some of you guys. And again, at about 7 minutes into this video, we're going to get into it, okay? I'm going to put up some comments, even some very angry and profane comments, so we'll bleep out the bad words, but we'll get there. In the meantime, I wanted to show you this last war between Lost Phoenix and Stars and Bars. What an epic confrontation. This was so close. This came down to 31-30, and for a moment there, it looked like a 1-star was going to be the cause for a loss on the Stars and Bars side by itself. And so we can talk about how important it is to get 2 stars, again, in a fairly close match. Although it is possible to hit up maybe, 10-12 in the occasional instance, and 11-12, 9-10, that sort of thing is possible. But you have to be very, very careful and very well planned out about it. But in this case, this was just about all 12s versus all 12s, pretty high level 12s. Stars and Bars player F4 comes in after Hyperlight, and this was earlier in the war where it looked like Stars and Bars was going to win it because of this single triple. This was the only triple in the entire game at this point, in the entire war rather, and these days high 12v12 triples are a relatively rare thing. This was a really well put together attack despite the weird Illuminati looking healers at the bottom there forming a triangle around the queen. But nonetheless, watch the Archer Queen at the bottom here and the Grand Warden. There's not a lot left to this attack. A few bowlers are working at the top. Archer Queen, Grand Warden at the bottom, and you can see a few healers on both sides. And those little archers, man, the archers really coming in clutch at the top of your screen. The archers are going to take down those skeleton balloons and let the healers live a little bit longer. That, of course, in turn lets the bowlers get through several more structures. Then at the bottom of the screen, the Archer Queen just about to go down. And somehow, F4 drops in a baby dragon, helps take out the Archer Tower. The Archer Queen does not go down. And I think he might have picked up the 3-star, even if the Queen goes down at that point. There just wasn't a lot left. We're at 96% damage now, and even just the Warden and the healers, that baby dragon, the bowlers at the top, I think F4 would have pulled out the 3-star. But at the time in this war, what an epic win, because it really looked like that might be the only triple in this entire war, and it would give Stars and Bars the win. Unfortunately for Stars and Bars, they had a notorious 1-star fail. And again, like I talked about before, 1-stars are absolutely devastating in this situation. And that's why you're going to see players going for safe 2s rather than risky attacks going after the 3 when they might end up at 1. But here is the absolute clutch 3-star of the war, a billet check from Lost Phoenix. Queen walking E-Dragons is going to pick up the triple. And although we would have won, I believe, anyway on percentage, this did put us ahead by stars. And remember, stars, every star is important. Every star counts, win or lose in the war. And Abilichek grabs this triple, and it puts us up 31-30. Now, 31 stars, not a super high number if you're looking for a lot of 3 stars in an individual war in CWL. But you have to remember, certain clans you're going to be matched more closely with, certain clans you're likely to overmatch, and you're also likely, unless you're all maxed out 12s, well, you could still be overmatched, just overmatched in skill. That's always possible, and that's something that's intangible. You can't read that on the screen. You can't say, well, what clan level they are, or what town hall level they are, or how upgraded they are. You can't tell how good of attackers they are. And that's part of what I wanted to talk about a little bit later, but also we're going to get into the real complaints as well. Trust me, I'm not glossing over it, okay? You know, nobody's paying me to make these videos, technically, other than you guys. Okay, I hope you guys realize that. Okay, I'm not contracted. Nobody pays me to make videos like this. I make videos about Clash because I love the game and because you guys like to watch them. And the only way I'm getting paid is by advertising revenue. And to be honest, that's how I make my living. So, you know, that's the way the world works. Now, obviously, you know, there are good and bad things about CWL, and I'm not going to gloss over the bad because nobody can stop me from saying what I want to say except for, well, demonetizing from YouTube if I say something really bad. But we're not going to do that. We're going to talk about the reality, and rather than just complaining, let's talk about solutions, okay? Because solutions are key here. And obviously, I don't have the solutions, and neither does Supercell, as we have learned over the last few years. But you know who did have the solution? A Belichick from Lost Phoenix as he wraps up this Queen Walk. And again, the Queen Walk starts it out, and it finishes it absolutely amazing. The Archer Queen Grand Warden Healer combination. Personally, man, I want to learn this attack. I want to Queen Walk more because I feel like if you're proficient at it, if you can keep that queen up early, oftentimes this is exactly what happens. She is alive late, and if you've got the time, she's got the damage for a 3-star and a Belichick winning the war for us on stars. We come out ahead 31-30. Now let's go ahead and get to the matter at hand and talk about the comments, talk about the reaction to yesterday's video. And okay, so let's just go through this and I'm going to answer these questions. How can I change war participants? If you're co-leader or leader, click on the gear when you're in prep day for the following war and you can switch out, swap out players as you see fit. Okay, this guy says, my clan was put in Gold League 2. We're at least Crystal 2. We're way better than all these clans. And that is going to happen. Obviously, that's the minority. More often, we are hearing complaints. Glad my clan challenged low player. Ha ha ha. Okay, so there's a few of those comments where people were happy that they have lower level clans that they're facing. But for the most part, the comments were just a little less pleasant. And this pretty much wraps up the whole thing right here. Clan War League is just a new version of trophy pushing. If you want to be in a higher league, you need to be a high town hall. That is true to an extent. Obviously, high town halls are going to be favored here, and clans that thought that wasn't the case are very disappointed. I totally understand that. Now, clearing up some false information, you cannot, like, engineer your clan, because remember, your placement the first season was based upon your top 15 town halls, the strongest 15 town halls. And then the following seasons, you will promote or demote not based upon that, but based upon your performance. So you can't, like, engineer Clan War Leagues. It doesn't work out that way. Spectators do get league medals in that if you are in the roster, you don't have to play, but you have to at least be in the roster. And then Fox and Fiddle, yeah, you see them on the screen. I do feel bad for them. They are definitely hugely mismatched against us right now. But how Clan War Leagues work, what is going to happen is players are going to see that their clans will move up or down based upon performance. And so, yes, it's possible. I mean, okay, let's just be honest. Supercell's not famous for amazing war matchmaking. Okay, that's something they've been trying to fix for years in regular clan wars, and we've heard complaints nonstop. So, of course, we are going to hear all sorts of complaints here at the beginning of CWL because a lot of these clans are placed in leagues that might be too high for them. And unfortunately, maybe players also had a different idea of how Clan War Leagues would work, but it's true. Ultimately, town halls are going to have a huge advantage. Okay, the town halls are going to rise to the top. Skill is also in the mix, but town hall level is critical because I don't care how, you could be the best 9 in the world and you could face a 12 and you've got no chance. You're going to get 3'd. And you're never going to 3-star a well-upgraded Town Hall 12 on any day of the year. So there is that. And, you know, Supercell's explanation? Hey, that's why you're supposed to progress through the Town Hall levels. And I guess when you look at it, you guys have to look at it from a business standpoint. They don't like players stopping at Town Hall 9, stopping at Town Hall 10. The idea of the game is to keep progressing all the way through the game. And I guess, let's just be brutally honest, here is another reason that they've given you to upgrade and continue to farm, continue to play the game, and try to get stronger is because you'll get more rewards. And whether that is right or wrong in your book is up to you to decide. Whether you want to quit playing because this is so unfair, or you just don't want to participate in CWL and get those free rewards. I mean, you could always just go in there and just try. And you understand that you're going to lose if you're overmatched, and still pick up league medals and use those to buy stuff in the shop and upgrade. Other players say, hey, screw it, I don't want to play CWL, I'm just going to skip these 8 days. And of course, yes, for war players that love traditional clan wars, this is taken away from 25% or so of the wars. But that's just, that again, it comes back to whether or not you want to decide if this is ruining the fun in the game for you or not. I think that if you look at it from the bright side, you can say, hey, even if we're mismatched, even if we're going to drop a couple of leagues over the next couple of months, we will get rewards and we'll be shopping in that shop. Maybe not as fast as the guys in Champion, but still, any league is going to get rewards, any star, any war win, and even if you're mismatched, there are going to be wars sooner or later where you are absolutely stomping on your opponent. Now also, of course, I'm in a clan that's maxed out 12s, so I'm not in your position, and I think in life, empathy is one of the most important things in the world. You need to be able to try to put yourself in other people's shoes, and I can totally understand why you guys would be completely pissed off at getting crushed war after war in your first season. All I can say is, again, it's up to you to decide how you deal with it. Remember, the old quote, life is 10% about what happens to you and 90% about how you respond to it. Now, Song Listener here had a good point, and that is that war mismatches will resolve themselves, like I said, over the future seasons, but that, of course, doesn't make a lot of players feel any better while they're in the midst of getting stomped. And I feel bad, I really do, and I know there's a lot of clans out there that are suffering through that, and I just wanted to make it clear to you guys that I do understand that, and also that that has gotten back to Supercell. They have heard your message, they know, but not a lot they can do if you've already been placed in a league. Okay, let's answer just a few more questions. If you missed the signups, they were short, they were only a couple of days, so watch for the next signups before the next season of CWL and you can get your clan in. Also, the weird numbers like number 20 player, that is off of your full roster, not the actual 15 in war, so that's why you see numbers higher than 15 attacking. And then the roster, you cannot bring new clan members that join or are not in the original roster when you sign up into the individual wars. They have to be in that roster, so that's why I suggest, unless you're penalizing a player, bring everybody from your entire clan. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, watching all the way to the end of the episode. Please do continue to leave the comments, the real feedback. I am here in Poland, and Supercell is here as well. I'm happy to talk to them about your feedback. Until then, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Have a great day, and I'll see you more and more. It's early. Give me a break. Jet lag. Okay? Jet lag is a thing. It's like 9 hours later here than it is in the West Coast. And no, Peter's not here, so no Peter at the end of the video. So quit your whining. Okay? He's at home whining too. Gosh. Love you guys. I do.